I'm here today because Ian Duncan Smith is apparently opening a rehabilitation centre here in Cannock. Basically, their policies killed my best friend. His wife, we hadn't even had his funeral, and his wife was told to go and get a job by DWP. He was a very, very poorly man. Had been sent a letter to attend an interview at DWP. He contacted them because the date of the appointment was on a day when he had dialysis and he wouldn't be able to attend. He rang them and told them time after time that certain days he was on dialysis, another day that he was up at Papworth having treatment. He'd you know, had a heart transplant, and basically to ask them to send him an appointment date for any of the other days except those 3 dates, or those 3 days each week. So it left 2 days then that they could send him an appointment, and they still continued to send him appointments when he was in treatment. And when he didn't turn up, they stopped his money, and all he and his wife had to live on was his disability benefit, and his wife was his sole carer. And he became very, very poorly, very stressed. He got no money, and he just decided he'd had enough. And I'm afraid to say that he was one of Ian Duncan Smith's victims.
I used to work with Addiction, support agency for drug users. It had its funding cut a few years ago. It used to be based in Rumour Hill, just down the road, and now it's gone, and it's the idea that it's being replaced with this place here, and it's also the idea that a perfectly good public service funded from the government is now being replaced by something that is a charity.
He is responsible. He and his policies and the policy of his government are responsible literally for people dying. The people who need our help the most are the ones who are paying for all kinds of things that they weren't responsible for. And as a society, we have a responsibility to protect those who are vulnerable, not to kill them.
I'm here today to protest about Ian Duncan Smith's treatment of all people with any disability. Is he proud that this country is now being investigated for its treatment of disabled people? Probably sees it as a feather in his cap. Well, he's laughing at people, isn't he? He doesn't mind people being seen, he just doesn't want them to be heard.
From what we've seen today, it just seems like he's desperate to avoid the people of Cannock, really. It just seems like he's desperate to do whatever he can to deceive and avoid us, however way possible.
Yeah, it's cowardly to say the least. You thought he would have come and at least faced us, but apparently not.
The working people, the people who are at the bottom, the people that he likes to walk all over.
No, they're only accountable to the rich and famous, the ones with money. They're not accountable to people like us who genuinely care and are standing outside in the cold here.
Right, well, I think we ought to start making some noise, don't you?
Okay, we can make some noise.
Yeah.
All right.
Ian Duncan Smith, you dirty piece of shit! You murdering steward! Get yourself out of here, you horrible little man! You